Toxic people are not intimidated by loudness. They are not afraid of anger. They are not afraid of arguments. What often unsettles them most is someone who understands human behavior and refuses to be controlled by it. The moment manipulation stops working, the power dynamic changes. And that is exactly what many toxic people fear. Here are 7 psychological insights that explain why certain silent behaviors make toxic people uncomfortable. You stop explaining yourself. Toxic people often rely on endless explanations. The more you explain, the more information they gain. They can twist your words, question your intentions, and keep you trapped in unnecessary conversations. Emotionally intelligent people understand this. They know that not every accusation deserves a defense. Not every misunderstanding requires clarification. They become comfortable with being misunderstood by people who are committed to misunderstanding them. This removes a major source of control. When toxic people can no longer pull you into constant justification, they lose influence. Your silence forces them to face a reality they cannot easily manipulate. You stay emotionally neutral. Many toxic individuals depend on emotional reactions. They provoke, they criticize, they create tension. Their goal is often not the issue itself. Their goal is the reaction. Emotional intelligence allows a person to recognize this pattern. Instead of reacting immediately, they observe. Instead of exploding, they remain calm. This emotional neutrality disrupts manipulation. Toxic people expect emotional energy. When they receive calmness instead, they lose the reward they were seeking. The interaction becomes less useful for them, and that makes them uncomfortable. You set boundaries without drama. Toxic people often assume boundaries are negotiable. They test limits repeatedly. They push until they find resistance. Many people respond with lengthy arguments. But emotionally intelligent individuals take a different approach. They communicate limits clearly. They do not over-explain. They do not seek permission. They simply reinforce the boundary. This behavior is powerful because it removes emotional negotiation. The discussion becomes simple. The limit exists, and it remains. For someone who relies on control, this consistency can feel threatening. You observe more than you speak. Manipulative people reveal themselves over time. Their patterns become visible through repetition. Emotionally intelligent individuals understand this. They pay attention. They notice contradictions. They notice shifting stories. They notice repeated behaviors. Instead of reacting immediately, they gather information. This quiet observation creates awareness, and awareness reduces vulnerability. Toxic people often prefer impulsive reactions. Observation makes manipulation harder. The more clearly you see patterns, the less likely you are to become trapped inside them. You refuse to compete. Many toxic relationships are built around comparison. Someone always has to win. Someone always has to lose. Someone always has to prove something. Emotionally intelligent people often step outside this game. They do not chase validation. They do not fight for unnecessary approval. They do not engage in constant status battles. This creates confusion for toxic individuals. Competition loses power when only one person is playing. Without rivalry, many manipulation tactics become ineffective. The emotional leverage disappears, and with it, much of their influence. You become comfortable with distance. One of the strongest forms of emotional intelligence is knowing when to step back. Toxic people often depend on constant access. They expect attention. They expect emotional availability. They expect immediate responses. When a person becomes comfortable with healthy distance, the dynamic changes. They no longer feel obligated to remain available at all times. They protect their energy. They prioritize peace over proximity. This creates a powerful shift. Toxic people lose easy access to your emotions. And when access becomes limited, control becomes more difficult. You stop seeking their approval. Approval can become a powerful psychological trap. Many toxic people understand this. They give validation selectively. They create uncertainty. They make others work for acceptance. Emotionally intelligent individuals eventually recognize the pattern. They stop measuring their worth through another person's opinion. They stop chasing approval. They stop seeking validation from those who rarely offer it sincerely. This is one of the most freeing psychological shifts a person can make. The need for approval creates dependency. The absence of that need creates independence. And independence is something toxic people struggle to control. The behaviors that unsettle toxic people are rarely loud. They are rarely dramatic. They are often quiet acts of self awareness, clear boundaries, emotional control, careful observation, and freedom from the need for validation. The more emotionally intelligent a person becomes, the harder they are to manipulate. Because true power is not about controlling others. It is about understanding yourself well enough that others cannot easily control you. If this helped you understand people better, subscribe for more psychology insights.